up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Middle Child Podcast with your girl, Royal Bowes. And I am super excited about this episode. It ain't like I'm not excited about all my other ones, but the reason why I even have confidence in front of the camera, of course, God's gift, but I have the woman herself who threw me into the entertainment industry. I went to school for behind the scenes, but this woman threw me in the entertainment industry. She's the one why I value integrity so very much. The one why when it comes to business, I can separate business from pleasure. She, and y'all already know, entrepreneur guru. But I want to introduce you to the woman of the hour, Miss Kerri Bland. How are you?
I'm great.
That's good. Thank you for coming. I'm creating my list of guests.
Okay.
And so I think I had got back on Snapchat and I'm just going down cause I'm just like, and then you popped up or something. I'm just like, how did I not how were you not one of the first 5? But I'm happy to have you on here now. How has life been?
Life been lifing.
Yes.
It's been lifing, but for the most part, it's really, really good.
Uh-huh.
I can appreciate where I am at the moment.
Okay.
A lot of times we're our biggest critics, so I had to stop criticizing myself for not being exactly where I want to be.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just taking it in.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay, so if you could describe your life in one word, what would it be?
Organized chaos.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. That's healthy. That is very healthy. So why would you say organized chaos?
Just because when you do what I do so much, it's like, and it doesn't go together.
Yeah.
So like, it's kind of like being a teacher and going to the strip club. They don't go together.
Yeah.
But you got to make it work because however you get your money, that's how you get your money.
Yeah.
So I say it's organized chaos just because it's a little bit of everything and it's trying to balance it and still be Kerri.
Yeah.
And that's the toughest part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Because you are just a woman of different trades.
Right.
So I think that just fits you though. Like,
I'll take that.
Yeah, I think that fits you. You probably one of the only people I can see that can be in a lot of different industries and it just works.
Right. I'll tell you this though. What's working now is the more conservative things that I do. Because now Grace, which is my daughter, y'all don't know, I have a 14-year-old daughter. She'll be 15 in September. And so now I have to be careful and mindful of the things that I affiliate myself with. Because now I have that girl that's not a little baby no more.
Yeah.
And with social media and all this stuff, it's just kind of like tread lightly.
Yeah.
You know, because I want to be a good example. So that's kind of evening me out as well.
Yeah. That's good you say that. Cause okay, so I don't know if I ever told you, but the reason why I left the modeling industry was because I had that fear. I had got to a point mentally where I was like, you know what, I'm ready to kind of start a family. So when I have a daughter, how do I explain my modeling career or the road that I felt like it was going down to her? So I was just like, that's why it was like I'm done.
Right. But let me tell you, with what we were doing, because we were doing a lot of vixen things.
Yeah.
Like, not necessarily like catalog work or runway as much, because it's really not a lot of money in the runway part of it if you're not already mainstream. So we did a lot of vixen work because, number one, we could tell you sex sells, and that's what people want to book you for.
Yeah.
So for me, even with the girls, I don't have them, no. I don't have the curvy girls.
Okay, really?
No.
I did not know that.
No, ma'am.
I mean, well, I kept seeing you with
like a year, 2 years. It's been 2 years.
Really?
So I kept the company. So the Curvy Girl Model Management was the main brand, but I changed it to Curvy Girl Brand Management because I do have an actress, Tracia, and then I had Slip, which is a DJ.
Okay.
And then I have Lakeisha. She's a model, but she does straight, like, if it's not top tier, she's not doing it.
Yeah, I can see.
So I turned it to a brand. It's still a management company. So that's the difference, like, because I understand, like, and I know a lot of girls that still do the vixen stuff, and they kids, they know.
Yeah.
But everybody has different standards of life. So if you okay with doing it, and it's nothing wrong, listen, get your money how you get it.
Yeah.
And be true to yourself.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I do value, like, about myself. Like, even with my church, when I had the Curvy Girls, we would do music videos, these bikini car washes and stuff, and my preacher would say, like, do your thing. Like, he never tried to judge me or nothing like that, because I owned who I was. Even with the rumors, you know, they were saying I was a madam and all that. I'm like, now y'all know I ain't no madam.
Right.
I got a whole daughter. Do you know Miss Bland?
Yeah.
I'm not a madam, but you know, you have to just go with, you know, whatever, and just try to clear it up as you go along. But I definitely understand you stepping back from that, because if you don't clarify and just get into what you want to do, it will go left.
Yeah. It will. But it created the person that I am today. Right. It built the confidence. So y'all, let me tell you. So I went to school for communication production management. I had graduated and I was with J Fly. I met J Fly my last semester because he was helping me with one of my classes. Yeah, because I just whatever. So he was helping me with one of my classes, and I think afterwards he asked me to help him with his model audition or whatever. And so that's where I met Kerri. And Kerri pulled me to the side. She said, "I like the way you work. Can you wear one of my shirts at an event?" And I'm just like, I mean, sure, like, why not? Yeah, at that event, Kerri came over to me and said, "I got 2 people who want to book you. Are you going to take it or not?" She gave me a price. I said, "Oh, I'm in there." And so from there, like, modeling just took off. I think one of the things you really taught me that I have carried with me is, I remember we were having a meeting one day, and you always said we should be able to have a meeting. One of the girls should be able to curse you out, and after the meeting, we should still be able to go to Applebee's. Right. And I remember one day that happened, and you was like, "You're not ready." I said, wait. She said, because you took the critique offensively. Right. And y'all, now when I say that is my motto, if I can't have a conversation with you and we walk away and the friendship is still there, then I'm just like, okay, whatever. So yeah, you literally taught me a lot. And I think now, even just watching you, when I do see you, I'm still learning. Okay. So yeah, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, so what are some projects that you're working on right now? So
I'll say the biggest thing right now, you know, with the bridal shop, so many things has come from that. So you have the Bridal Slayer. They say yes to the dress with me. They book me to be with them the entire day. That's like the thing that keeps me the busiest. I just came from Sunday, Nashville, Murfreesboro. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Murfreesboro or something like that. But it took 3 hours to get there. And I did a wedding there. Next, I have 2 weddings in Georgia. So that's what's kind of taking over. And then one of the newest projects is Stallions, the hookah bar. Okay. I try to get out of the nightlife because I'm old now. I'm 42. I've been doing this over 20 years at this point.
It's been that long?
Yes.
Dang.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm tired. But I keep getting... my friend Preston, he calls me. He's like, "I want to get this new hookah bar. I need you to come in and do your thing." And I'm like, okay. So we back with it's almost like having the Curvy Girls all over again because it's so many girls that you have to manage and take care of. Yeah. So that's... The hookah bar is really doing well, but I'm starting to be like trying to back because I don't want to be in a club. Yeah. Because like I said, Grace, she's 14 now. You got to watch them 14-year-olds.
Yeah. Yes.
Because I remember. I had to pay attention. And you don't want kids nowadays. They so slick. It's like you don't want her to be like, "Oh, I know my mama's gonna be gone Friday and Saturday." No, ma'am, she's not. But and another thing, she and her daughter, me and my mom's company, we're booked with weddings too. So that all kind of ties in together. Yeah. Really being on the road with Slip with the Curvy Girl brand management. He's the official DJ for Funky Dineva. Ooh. So Funky Dineva has this thing where it's down to the bar, and it's all over the U.S. So he takes us with him every time. Yeah. So that's kind of exposure for Slip. So that's what when I say organized chaos, none of that don't go together. It don't go together, but I'm making it work for me. Yeah. Okay, so let's rewind. So what was the start of the Kerri Bland brand? So J Fly. When we started Bodie Life, and he got the model. Well, it was what was the guy? His friend, Bodie, Sky Bodie. Yeah. And he and Sky Bodie, they did that, and created that, and then we did the models, and then he said, "You good with the model? You need to do a modeling, not a modeling agency." So a lot of people get that confused. It's not an agency; it's just a model management company. Basically, when you have independent models and you just help manage their money, do promo and stuff like that. An agency, the difference between that is that the agency actually goes and finds you jobs. You pay the agency. I was never paid a fee to do anything. I was simply like the manager. So that's a big difference. He said do that, and then that's where Kerri Girl came from, and so it just kind of branched off from that.
Yeah, and that's how you got your exposure to do like everything else. All right, so of all the things that you've done, what's your favorite, or do you have a favorite?
I can't lie, I would say the Kerri Girls, just because regardless how the end, and we can talk about it.
Yeah,
we can talk about it.
Okay.
Regardless of how it ended.
Yeah.
I met so many wonderful girls.
Yeah.
And I was able to pour into them. I was never, I went to Flora McGee Charm School and John Casablanca's modeling agency. So that's how I got into it. But I realized that I didn't want to be a model because tacos and Brussels sprouts and chicken, I like all that.
Yeah.
So I was better at managing and organizing. So that's one of the things I value the most. But just to meet y'all, like everybody from you, Tracia, Tiki, all the Toya, which is my cousin, all the main girls, like to watch where you are now, it's like I made a difference. So my purpose in life, regardless of how people may view me or take what I do offensive, is to make a difference in somebody's life.
Okay.
So when I see the success stories of you and the other girls, it's kind of like, God, I did it.
Yeah.
I did my what I was supposed to do. And so that's the main thing that I'm proud of. So meeting you girls and being able to watch you all evolve, like even with one of my models, Queen, she's got this whole baddie style show thing going. It's like, it's doing great. So I just feel like I've done what I was supposed to do.
Nice.
So that's
okay.
I would say the Kerri Girls is my favorite.
Okay.
It affected the most people.
Yeah, I can see that.
Right.
All right. Well, now how did it end? I didn't even know like it was an abrupt end. I'm
gonna tell you, with the Kerri Girls, you have to be mentally. It started to like, imagine having 15 girls, 15 periods, attitudes, girls that want to do the same thing. Like, eventually all good things must come to an end.
Yeah.
So I really had to, I went to our box and I was like, hey y'all, I'm not okay no more. So when the strongest person at the top says, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
The business is done.
Yeah.
Because your leader is down. And so it was just individual things where a couple of individuals had just, when you are loyal to people, you expect them to just respect you on a certain level. So once that's gone and it's made clear, like, it's not what you thought. Yeah. It just makes you want to reevaluate. Yeah. I don't regret it because I have been doing it for so long. And I've already reached most of my goals with the girls. I was okay with saying I got to step back. Yeah. It took like drastic, the measures. Because, social media, people will go on social media and just fabricate. Yes. And everything doesn't have to be posted because do you see how clearly you just said I didn't even know because I don't speak on it. Like when you don't see me doing certain things anymore, that lets you know that, okay, she must not be doing it anymore. Because I don't feel like stuff that's dear to my heart, that doesn't need exposure. Like if me and my best friend, we fell out, I don't feel like I need to post it because that's a special thing to you. You don't want to ever tarnish like the hopes of getting back friends or things like that. So certain stuff just doesn't hit the media for me.
But you've always been like that though. You've always been like that. If anything, you go into overdrive. You go into overdrive.
That's what I do. And that's what happened with the so when my ex-husband did what he did on social media, people were so, I promise you to this day, people come up and they're like, girl, I don't know what. Because they're like, is this a movie? Because he over here crashing out and you over here promoting Kerri Girls and getting ready to go on tour. Because you can't feed into that negative. Yeah. And it's like, that took a lot of strength because behind closed doors, like when you're an entrepreneur, it's like, I'm more concerned about the people. Like, I got to be here for my people. Yes. I can't be over here crying about no husband. I got to go on tour. And literally went on tour like the next week. So I just learned that what I want people to see, they'll see, and what I want to keep private, I keep private.
Yeah.
No matter how you're triggered or how people want to, test you.
Yeah.
You just gotta stand your ground when it comes to certain stuff.
Yes, that's what I'm working with my therapist through right now. Cause I'm just like, I want to get to that point to where when I show up, and right. I don't have to deal with everything else.
You young though,
girl.
You got trial and error. The only reason I know is because I'm old and I've done things and it didn't work out, so I know not to do it again.
Yeah.
Nothing's better than life lessons. So you gotta go through it so you can know how to move if it comes up again.
Yeah, and that's the stage I'm in. Forcing myself to actually go through the life lessons. Because me, I be trying to stop them. I be like, oh, we can't, go left. But like you said, the best teacher is experience.
Right, and you know how strong that makes you? It builds you up. Like, so when things happen, like I had to experience like falling to the floor, not necessarily being broke or going. A lot of people don't relate because you can relate because people say like, y'all got a silver spoon. It's a difference between having a silver spoon and using it.
Yes.
So you can't get mad at me because I came from here and I have this life, because I attract the complete opposite.
Yeah.
In relationships, friendships, it's always like, you what? You ain't had no food.
Yeah.
Your mama borrowing money from you? Yeah. Like, I'm just shocked. Like, because I've never been exposed to that.
Yeah.
So it's like, I like seeing the different sides because that also contributes to makes me thankful for what we do have, because seeing other stories, I just be in awe, like, I know you lying.
Right.
But that's what
right. I swear that's me, because so many people throw that in my face, and I'm just like, I'm also the child that I don't ask for it. Right. So like if it's there, cool, but you can ask my mom and daddy like how many times has Royal asked you for something. They're gonna be like, probably good 2, 3, if that. And then I'm also one that pays back.
Right.
So it's just like I almost see it as like a business deal. I treat it like that.
Right. And it's the same. Y'all may go to the bank, but we have a bank at home.
Right.
And you're so right, because when I bought that car there, I was like, Daddy, did you get me? I was so excited. I'm like, tell them that you ain't, because people always think that, oh, you just spoiled. Ever since I was 17 years old, I worked at least 2 jobs.
Yeah, that's
17 years old. And that has never stopped. And that's just because I want to be comfortable. Like, I want to be able to, like my mom's in Italy right now. I wanted to be able to say, here, go use some change, go shopping. Like, because our parents sacrifice so much. Yeah. So that's my motivation. That's what I try to be for Grace. She sees, girl, I told her, I said, I got an interview today at 10. So she's like, you finna get another job? I was like, girl, no, not like that. But just the thought that she's like, she sees her mom work. I want her to know that you don't have to depend on, because a lot of these people, they depend on OnlyFans and men and all that. If he break up with you, you don't have nothing.
Nothing. I tried it.
Don't be like that.
I tried it and it did not work. I tried it.
Oh, wow.
Because you get so caught up in the hype and you're not thinking from that business mind. If I were to do it again, baby, I'm sliding my own allowance once a week. Like, but whatever. I love you, whoever you are. But yeah, you have to, and I feel like you cherish it more when you work for it.
Right.
When you work for it, it's a different, man, it is a different level.
You move carefully because you like, I worked too hard for this. I'm not going to lose it. I'm not going to risk it, because you knew what you had to do to get it. Yeah, you got to protect it
at all costs. Right. At all costs. All right, okay. So when the management ended, the brand was going. So you still had, okay.
Yeah, so it was just the models got took out per se.
Okay.
And it became the brand, because at one point I was managing the booking agent for Brandon.
Okay.
Mills. He's a comedian.
Okay, yeah.
So I was branching out. Let me say that now I've never had, I don't want to say failures, but not good luck. The hardest person to get booked is a comedian, because people, they don't want to pay.
Yeah.
They don't want to pay, and it's like social media has so many of the influencers and stuff. It's a lot of competition.
Yeah.
So with that, I think that comedians are the hardest people to get booked and paid. So I pay my respects. Like anytime I can support a comedian, that's the toughest. Because guess what? If you're a rapper, you can come up with a song today, put it on the internet, and you famous tomorrow.
Yeah.
Models, same way.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like comedians, it's so many of them, and you can blow up, but are they gonna pay you?
Yeah.
And you don't work for free.
Yes.
You don't do things for free, and that's just how the world works. But I feel like the comedians are the hardest people to get booed.
I can see that.
It really is.
I can see that
because they want them. They'll do this, but it's like, so what is your budget?
Yeah,
ain't no budget.
They just want y'all to come make them laugh for free.
That's pretty much what they do.
That is crazy.
So you're lucky if you're able to collaborate with like the already popular influencers, because you get paid off of the content. So if it wasn't for the content package where you get paid, you still wouldn't get paid.
Yeah. Dang.
That's the hardest people to get booked is comedians.
Well, I know not to try to be one of them. Just go keep my jokes on this show.
I know that's right.
All right, and then you have the Stallion Hookah Lounge. How did that come to play?
So my business partner, he's had so many different. He was in the strip club industry.
Okay.
So he wanted to do something different. We're literally next to a strip club, connected almost. And so the thing about it is, so I want to make sure I choose my words carefully.
Okay.
So you know how Hooters is known for Hooters.
Yeah.
And we were trying to be the other version by that. Okay. So that's what we were. So that's where we get the Stallions from. Because all of them, we got the BBL girls, we got the thick, slim, thick. It's all kind of girls there. Okay. And so we wanted to be like the butt version of Hooters. Okay. So it's been going really, really well. The club industry also is one that's up, down, up, down. Yeah. So when you're new and you're hot and you're fresh, everybody wants to come, especially if it's pretty. Yeah. And it's really pretty in there. Okay. So after the hype, it's like you got to keep it going. And people don't understand, like, for example, if it's raining, people don't want to come outside. If it's cold, people don't want to come outside. If it's too hot, people don't want to come outside. Yeah. So the club industry is one of the ones that really just is up and down. You just kind of got to weather the storm with that. Okay. But it's really good. We have about 20 stallions. Bartenders, we do concerts there. We just had Finesse 2 times there. Of course, we support locals. We had EBE Savage, so it's a nice venue. Okay. And it's doing really well. But of course, you know, people gonna have they But no matter what I do, they always gonna have something to say. But it's a good business though. Okay. How did you even get into that industry? Well, we have the introduction, the owner of Four Seasons, Preston is actually connecting me with him. Well, no, it started at Henderson's. So Henderson's was in Midfield, and I started my club management there. Okay. Although it was a rental venue, we still did blues concerts and stuff like that. So that's where it started. And then I got introduced with Preston to Four Seasons. Okay. I was there for 5 to 6 years, and then Preston was like, we want to do our own thing now. Yeah. So let's do it, and so we did it. So that's how I got my little. So we can thank Janice. Thank you, Janice Henderson. Shout out, Miss Henderson, for putting me on that club money. Right. Right. Because that's what it is. Man, and it was nice. It was an older, mature crowd, so you really got to learn the. Man, I miss him. Hey, want to run it back? You hear me? This crowd for Stallions is. We wanted it to be 25 and up, but it's definitely 21 and up. So those they party different. Yeah. You just gotta. I just try to be nice to everybody. I don't want to fight me. And I've had instances where people have tried. Well, a person did try to like fight me, so that also made me sick because I'm like, I'm an old lady. Who fights an old lady? Yeah. Like, girl. But it's right. So I just try to be nice. They're like, Auntie, you okay? I'm Auntie now. So when you get to the Auntie stage, that means you need to be at home. That means you need to be at home. So what stage is that? Like, wait.
Because I feel like I'm a literal auntie, but
you're not.
okay.
You're an auntie, but you're not an auntie. Right. If so, that you ain't old enough yet. You got a long way to go before you get to auntie status.
Goodness.
Auntie status when your knees start hurting and when your back start hurting.
Oh my goodness.
You ain't no auntie.
Man.
You just
I feel like I'm getting there. Because walking in heels, I can't say the last time I put on a pair of heels. I used to be at the heel.
But it's just life changes. They don't have nothing to do with you being on auntie. Because now you're looking like a young auntie. What the hell?
Yeah.
So.
Oh my. Okay. So if you could go back and tell younger Kerri something, what would that be?
To listen to your parents. Save money. The hardest thing I had to learn was that missing out on things that I didn't listen to my parents about, saving money. That's the biggest thing, because one of the reasons why I'm not 100% satisfied with self is because I feel like I should be so further along. And if I would have started saving at 17, I wouldn't have to work so hard. To me, having all these jobs is really not a flex.
Yeah.
Because it tires you out, and you're just doing so much. But if I would have taken the lessons that my parents tried to teach me about just like saving money, and working smart, and I wouldn't have to work so hard right now.
Yeah.
So with Grace, I want her to see me doing all of this so she can say, I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. Because it's really, it's hard to date, hard to keep up with your friends. It's hard to, like, me time is rare. Yeah. So when I get it, I shut the world completely out. So if I could go back, I would just move different with money. Yeah. And that's a big part of like your life.
That financial freedom. Man, yes.
That's what I would go back, and it's not like we were afforded every opportunity. Yeah. And they try to tell you, save. And so now, of course, I'm there now, but it's like, this could have been quadruple.
Do you hear me?
Right. And you just kind of got to go with the flow.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I can't have a middle child podcast without asking, are you the middle child?
I'm not. I'm the oldest. We ain't even got... Hold up. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait.
Hold up.
So my sister, she was before me, but she was deceased, right? Uh-huh. And then me, and then CJ. So I am the middle child. I'm like, I might be. Yes, I am.
It be y'all realizing it on the show. People be like, no, wait, yes.
Yes, I'm the middle child.
Nice.
Period.
So how do you feel about realizing it now?
Right. I'm going to have to go call my when she checks in from it. I'm like, I'm the middle child. She was like,
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, that's real. I am the middle child.
You are. Look at her. All right, what's on the horizon for Miss Kerri?
So, I'm a big, huge K. Michelle fan. Uh-huh. So, this is my ultimate thing. My whole family is pressing for me to just do this. Yeah. But, I always like partnerships because I don't want the full financial obligation, because doing certain things, you got to have $10,000 just to say in case of emergency, like something come up that you're not prepared for. But so K. Michelle had a restaurant. It was called Puffs and Pedals Lounge in Atlanta, in the heart of the ghetto. When you pull up, the crackheads is really cleaning your car. Like, can I? And you like, what? And it looked really like you wouldn't expect it. When you walked in, heaven. Yeah. Flower walk, everything pink. But it only held like 75 people. Pink furniture, pink salt, pink food, pink everything. It's just like a girl's haven. So that has closed down. And it's just been on my heart, like, I want to do that. I want to do a restaurant, not a hookah lounge, not a strip club, just a pregame place, maybe cigars and martinis, something that an adults crowd can enjoy. Location with Birmingham is blossoming, so I will say that. But I want to find a location that's with good parking and a safe place, and that's my last thing. Like, my last thing I want to do is open up like a lounge, a martini bar. Yeah.
I can see that.
That's me. Like, I can see that. Get a certain age, like the twerking and all that, like I don't even. So you gotta understand, like, I have brides that watch my page, and I have 14-year-old Grace watching my page. So certain things I won't post. Like, it's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But you don't want kids to see that too early, because then they'll say, well, I'm not explaining myself to no 14-year-old. And it's just like, don't do it. So you don't have to. So I feel like an upscale, like nice place. We going to Kerri's place.
Yeah.
Before we go out.
Come on.
Yes, come on. And get your pink everything.
Yeah.
So I loved Cayman Shiver, and I don't know why she shut it down. Like the whole chain is gone. But that's what my inspo. Like, when they say send me an inspiration photo of what you want.
Yeah.
That's my inspiration photo.
Okay.
So nothing huge, just something nice, elegant, a destination place. Like, I want people to want to come there before or after.
Yeah.
Like, we gonna go there before, like, oh, I'm tired, we gonna stop by Kerri's place and get some food and then we'll go home.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. Like, my cousin, he's a cook, he's already ready, he's on board.
Yeah.
I got I want my waitresses and Barbie, like, just doll clothes, like the doll dresses and the shoes. Yeah. Just a cutesy place.
Yeah.
Guys will come because they know the ladies there.
Yep.
And the ladies gonna come because they know the guys gonna come pay.
Yeah. That's
Promo.
true.
I'm speaking it. Like,
that's true.
So
Me
that's
too. I touch and agree.
That's my ultimate thing. That's what I hope to get.
Okay.
I think that's gonna retire me. Slip. But I'm gonna tell you what's been holding me. Like, y'all understand, like, booking Slip. Slip is the number one DJ. Like, we got a lot of a lot of good DJs. Mm-hmm. But Slip, he's booked he's got 4 clubs that he's a consistent DJ. He has Funky Dineville.
Yeah.
Just taking him out. We're going on a cruise with Funky Dineville. So far we've been to Atlanta, New Orleans, Houston, North Carolina, Miami. Like, and this to me, it's success when you don't have to spend a dime.
Yes.
When they pay you your worth, like, not to discuss like what he's paid, but he's paid 4 times. Yeah. For one gig. For this, like, come on now.
Yeah.
So when people start to value your craft and you are exposed to a greater audience where people, they don't question your price. So anytime in entrepreneurship, don't ever change your price, because your customer will be able to pay your price. A lot of times people say, I can't, that's too much. Okay, well, I'm not the person for you. Yeah. And you have to be okay with it, because if you stay faithful, God is going to send you the customer that's for you. I learned that in the bridal industry. So I charge a fee. If they get a wedding gown from me, they can pay an additional fee. Yeah. For me to deliver the gown, put them in the gown, take them to the photos, put them in a second look, and literally be like a bridal attendant. So I'm standing by them the whole night. I tell them the price. Some people say, that's it? And I'm like, oh. Right. Yeah, that's it. And, they book. And some people say, oh, that's too much. And you say, you know what? But come, let me show your sister how to do it so she can help you. But the person who's meant to have the bridal slayer beside them, they book. Yeah. And I ain't booked all year. It's just May. I'm booked up already. Come on. So the person who's meant to, your customer, keep your price, perfect your craft, and God is going to send you the person who will value it. Man, yes. That's with anything. I realized that with this podcast, most of my subscribers are people I've never met. Right. People I asked my following. I said, hey, I want y'all to follow me. I want this goal. Baby, out of that, I think I only had one person actually do it. And I had met my goal that I wanted to meet from people I did not know. That's why I was like, and that's when I made my video on TikTok. I said, don't you ask anybody for anything else. I said, don't ask to be loved, don't ask to be understood, don't ask to be seen appreciated by anybody. I said, because God is about to send those that will do that. Mm-hmm. You just got to, like you said, stay consistent and don't fold. And speaking on consistency, like, for the longest, I've had so many people say, you be posting the models. That's from 15 years ago. But one thing I never did, even when I got discouraged or even when the girls were not as booked, I never stopped. Yeah. So when the need came for a video vixen, a brand ambassador, it's like, what that girl? She posts on first all the time. Because they remember. Yeah. Even to this day, like, they still remember. Yeah. Even with posting decorations, they're like, I know you were posting that. Do you still know? So it helps. Mm-hmm. Don't ever stop. Like, a lot of people get into this dark space where they're like, nobody's, watching, nobody's this. Yeah. But you just don't know. Overnight, you can blow up. Just
really?
Keep it consistent.
Really? Because if you do stop, they really not going to remember you.
Right.
It's just going
right.
It's just, you ain't posted nothing in a year. They're like,
right.
Oh, my goodness.
People still think I'm married, child. I'm like, like, from all that posting.
God.
Proud and posting.
Yeah.
Loud and wrong. It's okay.
Hey, Dad, don't you hate being loud and wrong? loud and wrong.
But
I think that's what make you more mad than anything. It ain't the situation itself. It was just, I was like,
loud and wrong.
I settled and got played. That would be making me mad. I be like, really, Rebecca? Like, you really settled and got played, bro. Loud and wrong.
Loud and wrong. And I just be like, no, I'm not.
I'm finna get that on my shirt.
Loud and wrong.
You gotta trademark that with.
I think I've seen that. Well, I've just seen it on where they said it. But
yeah,
definitely loud and wrong.
Man, I'm gonna get that on a hat. Finna put that on the hat.
We don't want to be that, though. We want to be loud and right.
You right. That's what we gonna quit on there. All right. So, what advice would you already done gave us a plethora of knowledge? But before you leave, what would be, I guess, your last take of advice that you would want to give people, or even want to share? If you just want to like clear the air or do anything, it's your time to shine.
We don't need to clear the air, child.
Okay.
Let me clearing the air. One thing I learned about that is that, and I'm gonna tell you two things. My silence is so loud. Mm-hmm. I never feel like I have to prove. I feel like the people who know me know my character, know my intentions, and know my heart. Mm-hmm. So one thing, a lot of people think Kerri she's a B word, mm-hmm. and I'm not. I want you to do your best.
Yeah.
So if you work for me, like at my hookah bar, and I'm hard on you, it's because I see so much more with your potential. And a lot of times, younger people don't see that.
Yeah.
But when they get older, they'll go back and be like, that's why she did what she did. So I would definitely tell you all, listen to people who have been through things. Mm-hmm. You don't know everything. And when I give advice to people, it's because I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I have made. I always stay true to myself. I never tried to pretend to be something that I wasn't. I just took what I had and I made it look like gold.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we may not have it, but the fake it till you make it is true. Because you're not going to start just 100% successful. So you have to speak life into yourself. I can make a DJ look like a famous DJ, a regular person like you. You have that ability to speak life into yourself. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I would say. Like, never give up, stay consistent, and just believe in yourself.
Yeah.
I'm still believing.
I like
to get to where I want to be.
Yeah, and you will.
Mm-hmm.
You will. All right, guys. Thank you for watching another episode of the Middle Child Podcast. It was my absolute pleasure, Kerri, to have you on here. I am super excited. I can't wait for this episode to air. But anyway, guys, thank you again for watching the Middle Child Podcast. As always, you are loved here, you are seen here, and most of all, you are appreciated here. And until next time, stay loved and honored. And I'm just in a peaceful mood right now, guys. But whatever. I'm finna go. Bye. Love y'all.